to the ship here on KOKC Radio, Sports Radio HNWHB, as well as ESPN Kansas City. We're live with day 5 of Radio Row here in Los Angeles, California at the Convention Center. And with me, we have the one and only Mr. See, I got to call him Mr. because, see, I know where he's from and I know about that life. Mr. Adam Pac-Man Jones, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Man, so what brings you to Radio Row? I mean, I know what brings you to Los Angeles, but what brings you to Radio Row?
I have a podcast with Believe in the Bengals with Solomon Wilcox and myself. Around here soaking up some energy, talking a lot of football, giving my thoughts on the game and promoting the podcast.
What's been your best experience thus far? I mean, and how many of these have you done? How many radio rows have you done in your career?
This is my third radio row. The experience, the best experience here, probably just chopping it up with the guys and being on the other side, man. It's intriguing to see all the work that goes into Sunday on the other side of the fence. It's not just waking up and playing football. It's a lot of work that go into this.
It's funny you said it. So, like when you were playing, and this goes for a lot of players, but when you were playing, how much did you like talking to the media, and did you even give thought to this, not knowing that one day you might be on the opposite side?
Oh, I was always one of the guys that would talk to the media. I was open. I talk pretty much, so I'm not a shy guy. But did I think I would be doing what I'm doing? Not as quick as I jumped into it, but I enjoy doing it, man. I think it's pretty good. I'm learning the ins and outs, getting my cheat sheets ready, and just trying to get better.
Speaking of your podcast, let's go and promote that. How often does it? How often do you do it? Where can people find it?
You can find it on all platforms. We air on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. We talk about everything. The Bengals, what's the hottest topic, and different subjects, different locker room talks that me and Solomon have been through. But it's intriguing. And we talk Bengals. It's a good time to talk Bengal football right now. Being that we're here at the Super Bowl 56, man. It's good.
I like
I know how you feel, man.
like
I know.
Pac-Man, but
Y'all have won. Y'all won the AFC. Y'all been the AFC host for 4 years in a row, bro. It's our time this year.
Speaking of, let's go back out to the first game. Were you were you at the Cincinnati game?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at that. I was at that one, and obviously the championship game. So, what did you take away from the first game that that you saw when they came back and beat Kansas City, when they faced them off in the AFC Championship game, that you felt like even though being down 21-3, they could still come back and make it to this big dance?
Just Joe, man. When you got a quarterback like that, the same way you guys think over in Kansas City, y'all think that the game is never over. I seen how y'all came back to go to the AFC Championship with getting down there within what was it, 13 seconds, 8 seconds.
13 seconds. Yeah.
So when you got guys like that in talented positions as far as quarterback, the game is never open. You know what I'm saying? And we have a young, good, tangible group of wide receivers that can stretch the field also. So them guys been playing hard and they've been coming back. They came back 4 times this year. I think they was down 18 points or more and won.
Yeah, because I remember they were no. Well, first time it dropped in my mind was when they played the Los Angeles Chargers at home, and I know they were down and then came back, and I was like, this is the team got to watch out for it, because look, during the season they were back and forth and didn't know how they were going to end their season.
Actually came back against San Francisco too and should have won that game.
Yeah, I remember that game as well.
They was down 21 points that game. But yeah, man, when you got guys at that quarterback position that can change the game, man, it's a big difference.
What makes him so special? I mean, look, people talk about Patrick, his arm and his intangible, but what makes Joe Burrow so special? I tell people that, a player like him, even Tua sometimes, look, if you get him in the playoffs, they've played at the highest level, granted at each level. And and for me, I always felt that Joe going into the playoffs, at least, going up against the Tennessee Titans, that I thought that, look, he's not going to be nervous, neither him, nor Jamar, because they played in front of 100,000 stadium, and look,
they've been in the big lights.
Yeah, they've been been under that. So, what is it about him specifically that makes him so special for Cincinnati?
Um, just his aura, man. You know, everything about him is the way that he handled his business. He played at a high level since LSU. Um, and since he's been at Cincinnati, man, he did nothing but show winning mentality, the work ethic, um, and you know when you showing up and you're doing all the little things, they rub off on guys. You know what I mean? So guys start feeling that itch and want to play at a high level, and it gets contagious. And when it gets contagious, man, that's a good thing. You know, it's hard to get a group of young guys that's confidence is at the high as the quarterback.
Looking at Sunday's game, how do you see this matchup unfolding? Obviously, one of the things that's hampered Cincinnati most of the year has been their offensive line. Granted, it even after 9 sacks against Tennessee, they still found a way to win. Kansas City, of course, with Chris Jones and Frank Clark and Jaron Reed, along with the guy from Melvin Ingram.
Yeah.
He was still able to elude them. What's going to be key for the Bengals Sunday against that front four with featuring Aaron Donald and Von Miller in
Yeah,
this game?
we got to get the ball out quick. You know what I mean? We can't be doing too many 5-step drops. And if we're going to do a 5-step drop, we're going to have to keep somebody back there to help them out a little bit. I think our plus is um, that DB group haven't been playing together long as a group. You know what I mean? With Whittle coming back, I think he only played 3 weeks. So they need to find some kind of way to exploit the weakness. You know what I mean? If that's his, we got to get the ball quick because we know Aaron Donald can change a game by himself. He's by far the best NFL player that's playing on defense. You know what I mean? So get the ball out quick, man, and get it to your playmakers and let them change the game.
I got to ask this though: how would Adam Pac-Man Jones guard Jamar Chase if you was playing in this game Sunday?
I would press him. You gotta press because if you play off, he's very good in space. You know what I mean? He can catch a ball at 5 yards and make it a 20-yard play. So I would play him tight, man. I would press him much as I can and see how I go.
Score for Sunday's game?
I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think
Really?
yeah. I don't
Oh,
think
let
it's
me
gonna be
change
a
some of
high
my
scoring
bets
game
here.
like everybody else. Um 20, 21-17.
Really?
Yeah. I think McPherson would be the game changer in this game, but I don't think it's gonna be high.
Who wins?
I had Bengals winning, 21-17.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah,
Adam Pac-Man Jones.
yeah,
One more time for the people, how they can go
yeah,
out
man. Like
and
you can
listen to
find
the
us
podcast.
again at Believe in the Bengals with Solomon Wilcox and Pac-Man Jones. It's on every platform: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Download us and check us out, man.
Adam, really appreciate your time. Best of luck with
Yes,
your team
sir.
this weekend.
Yep.
Hope y'all win. Well, I just need you to win at least for my betting sake. So I ain't got nothing vested in the game but money.
Oh,
So
good, man. I understand that.
appreciate it. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll speak with Mark Collins, former Kansas City Chiefs MVP, 1995, two-time Super Bowl champion. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Thinking about a career in law enforcement? The Lincoln University Law Enforcement Training Academy is the only one of its kind, a semester-long evening program focused on diversity and learning how to handle the biggest issues facing law enforcement officers today. We train recruits to be community-oriented police officers. You'll graduate with confidence, ready to meet the needs of our communities. Located in Jefferson City, Missouri. Learn more at lincolnu.edu. As you prepare for the big game, enhance the flavor of your foods. Serve up Gates sauce and seasonings made with fresh and flavorful ingredients. It's better for your meats, potatoes, vegetables, soups, and salads, and it's better for your plate. It's so good, and it's gluten-free. For that unmistakable taste, buy Gates. It's a Kansas City tradition. Go online at gatesbbq.com. Shipping all over the world. Hi, may I help you?
We are back here live on Radio Road. Darren Smith with you, host of the ship, here for the hour. We've got with us Mark Collins, former NFL two-time Super Bowl champion. Of course, a lot of you all remember he was a 1995 MVP for the Kansas City Chiefs. Joining us on Radio Row, Mark, what brings you to Los Angeles, the city of angels?
Can you hear me? Hello. What brought me here? Honestly, and I'm going to be honest, I always tell the truth.
Yes, you do. A little bit too much.
The weather. The weather brought me here.
Man, the weather's gorgeous, man. I was on the shuttle to come here a couple mornings ago, and I just said to myself, I can make this transition. Like I could live in New York because it's New York, but I could live in LA because
I know. Okay, this is what I do. So since my kids are pretty much grown now and they don't need daddy that much, I got kids in college, and, they're all done basically.
They need daddy when it comes to I need some money.
Well, yeah, I guess you got a good point. So what I've been doing over the last, I would say 3 to 4 years is I spent some time in the Midwest until it gets cold.
I know. I can't ever find it, man. Hey, Mike, you want to come to the station? Darren, I'm in California golfing.
I got to golf. I got to keep my game. Listen, that's all only thing I do right now, play golf, watch my sons play the ball,
facts,
drink beer, smoke cigars.
You do it well, too.
Yeah, that's it. I try to keep it simple.
Look, man, let's get into the nuts and bolts stuff. I want to get your thoughts 2021 Chiefs NFL season. I know Chiefs fans, people like myself who cover the team, disappointed that they didn't make it here for the third year in a row. Your thoughts on this past season?
Well, they had a great season. I mean, it was a tale of 3 seasons: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it finished ugly, and it shouldn't have finished ugly, but it just did. But overall, to get there, 3 years in a row. I mean, almost 3 years in a row. To put yourself in that position for 4 years in a row is fantastic. That's been done. I think the Buffalo Bills did it way back when. Yeah. But overall, it was a good season. I think this past season really showed that the Chiefs have some deficiencies, and I think they kind of manifested themselves this year. One of them, I'll call it to the forefront, adjusting in the second half. They couldn't do it when they really needed to do it.
Or they didn't do it.
They didn't do it. They couldn't do it. Because if it happened twice against the same damn team.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. So that tells me you can't do it. Especially the adjustment is they're dropping 8 and you can't run the ball.
Well, they chose not to. That's what I'm saying. They didn't. Not that they couldn't, but they didn't.
Okay. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, so as far as players, I think they're set with players. Yeah, you got to shore up the secondary. You got to make some adjustments salary cap wise, stuff like that. But overall, I think the future's bright. Like I said, this season just showed some of the deficiencies that they got to fix, they got to address, and they got to learn to do it. And another one, number 2, I said this early in the year, and I said it last year. Sometimes the Chiefs tend to get a little greedy, a little bit too fancy, a little bit too cute. Sometimes old-time football works. You got the ball on the 5-yard line, just run the ball 3 times up the middle or off tackle. Stop trying to be dipsy-doodle, flippity-floppity, being all cute. It looks good on highlight films, but when it don't work, guess what happens? You're at home watching the Super Bowl when you should be there. So
I'm with you 1,000%. Again, for me, the biggest takeaway that I saw, especially in that game against the Bengals, you got down there to the 2-yard line. You had under 2 minutes to go. You run the ball on first down, but for whatever reason, instead of continuing to try to run the football and get the punch the ball into the end zone, at least if you get stopped at the 1-yard line, the clock is still going. Let them burn all their time, which they ended up doing. But what you do, you throw back and pass twice and you get sacked. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to figure out why you're doing that. So just run the football into the end zone.
Trying to get too cute. That's my point. Run the ball 3 times, just a touchdown.
That's 4-down territory.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm feeling. Come on,
but
we're not having this discussion. We're talking about 2 out of 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah. So I mean, let's look at the bigger picture. I like where the Chiefs are because, and it's going to sound simplistic. Hell, you could be the Giants. You could be the Saints. You could be the Falcons.
It could be the Bengals right now.
We've been the Bengals. The Bengals are us now. We've been there.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We tend to, in our society, look at things in a very small microcosm of events. That's just one small event. What happened to the Chiefs? An event of 28 to 30 minutes of that event. But in the whole totality of the whole scheme of the last 4 or 5 years, it's been effing awesome.
It has been. It's been a great ride.
Yeah.
Look, obviously there are going to be changes. Where do you think the Chiefs will make changes? Now obviously I know you talking to you promoting you to GM on the show, but if you're Brett Veach, what changes do you think need to be made?
Oh, subtle tweaks, not major changes. You're gonna have to shore up the secondary at some point.
Yeah.
Your linebacker core, I like. I like the linebacker core. Some salary cap issues. I don't know if you're gonna keep Frank Clark or
You
Ingram.
can keep him, but you got to cut him and sign him for.
That's the salary cap issues that's going to come up. So, Honey Badger going to keep him once again the secondary work in the back end. I would tend to find a bigger back, and I say this even though the Chiefs don't like to run the ball. At some point, you're going to have a guy. You need a bigger back to get you that extra yard or two. I like Hilaire. To me, his vision is not very good. He misses a lot of things he could cut back on and get big yards. He's a jumper. He likes to hop a lot and doesn't attack the hole. Williams, bigger, but not as big as you want, that I like. So just subtle changes. Receiver-wise, I think we're set. We go try to get another fast receiver in the draft at the 32 pick, 30th pick, whatever
Probably
it is.
29, 30, yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see what happens.
Your thoughts on Sunday's game? Who you got winning? What's your?
Darren, I'm gonna be even more honest. I don't give a damn. I don't. I just don't.
I'm with you, but since I got money invested, I
don't have.
I
don't care. I could do the corporate line. I'll just hope for a good game. I really don't care. I don't care. What I probably do is have a watch party somewhere and drink beer and smoke cigars. But I might put some out a little later on my social media and have some people chime in on a watch party. I might figure it out. But and ask questions about the Chiefs, Giants, or whatever. Talk about the state of the league and coaching hire, whatever. But I really don't care about it.
It's funny. I'm glad you said that because that's where I was going. That's where I let you go. I know our friend Noah is texting you, but would love to know this. Obviously, Brian Flores, sued the NFL, sued the 3 teams and the 29 other entities. The NFL, not more than 2 hours later, said it was without merit. Roger Goodell met with the media this week, trying to clean it up a little bit. Of course, he released, the NFL released a press release on that Saturday. Well, I guess it went to the owners and got made public. But your thoughts on that?
Well, it's sports is a small microcosm of life. I said this before, and in life, sports should reflect what's going on in life and vice versa, and it does. If you have a majority of the owners of a team, they're predominantly white, well, you're going to get what's from that. Is it fair? No, but it is what it is. Quite conversely, I don't understand this one. If the majority of the country is white, 68, 70%, why are the minority 12% black or incarcerated? You would think it'd just be the other way around, right?
Right.
But it isn't. So there's a system of racism, a system of institutional racism that is going along that is not equal to what is set. So back to your question about Flores not getting a job. Some people in this business want to hire people that's like them, that they feel comfortable with. Okay, cool. Do what you're doing to do, but don't tell me that the coach who they hired at whether it's to the Raiders or whatever is more qualified than Bieniemy or qualified than Brian Flores. I'm sure the coach, the guy who's got the job in Minnesota, he was a receivers coach or Hackett. Did Hackett get that job? No, Hackett got the Denver job.
Yeah, he got the Denver job.
You mean to tell me that Hackett is more qualified than Brian Flores? I'm going to ask you the question. I'm going to say no because Flores has been the head coach.
Hell no.
So that's how this whole dynamic is working. And it's ironic that since the lawsuits came, 2 minority owners have hired black coaches.
Well, no. They've hired one. The other one is human. He's multiracial. He doesn't.
Well, a person of color.
That's what.
Then I digress.
Yeah,
I digress. But anyway, so I just think there's more to it. That's there. Now, I will say this: will things change? No. And I'm gonna tell you why they won't change. 32 separate owners under the NFL umbrella. There's 32 separate entities. And they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do. That's just being fact. That's honest.
I mean, I agree with that. It's hard to tell a billionaire anything. So
can't. and he'll say, "What really?"
But the only thing that would constitute change is if Congress got involved and decided they would take their taxes, because if you remember before the Rooney Rule only came about. People forget this. Only came about when Johnny Cochran threatened to put out a class action lawsuit against the NFL. I mean, and that forced him to what we now know as the Rooney Rule. So. Yeah. To me, that's the only thing that would really move and sway and get them to do something.
But to make them tax exempt, to take their tax exempt status away, I think that has been done before. Done already.
No, it's been threatened. I know it's been threatened, but no, it hadn't been.
But even with that, the tax exempt only comes from is on the NFL umbrella. Each other entity, they still have tax loopholes.
I know they do. I'm just saying what people think.
No, I hear you. I'm not trying to be argumentative.
Oh, no.
We're saying the same thing, but I think we're taking different approaches. But no, it's really bad that we have to have.
We have to keep having this conversation.
Yeah, it keeps coming up. It's the same thing. And basically the owners are saying, we don't care. We're going to do it the way we want to do it anyway. All right. You're going to do it the way you want to do it anyway.
Do the players need to speak out?
Well,
make a stand.
That's to me that's better. That's better than Congress getting involved.
Oh, I agree.
Because even with that, there's a little, you got to be cautious. Because when I sued the league for the NFL for free agency, and I heard the league, us players, me included, that hey, we don't care. we can and I quote, we can get monkeys to go out there and do what you do, and people will still watch. And they proved that to be true because a week later they brought in the replacement players, and fans still watched. They still watched.
They did.
So now, I think at this point, not just the NFL, but I think sports in general, even this country, we're at a crossroads. We're at a crossroads that something's got to give. Something's got to happen. Something's going to happen. What that something is going to happen because of people of sound mind and righteousness will make it happen correctly.
Well, maybe it starts with Brian Flores in his lawsuit. We'll see what comes.
This lawsuit's not going to go anywhere. It's not. It's not, because he won't even have for a class action lawsuit. What he's trying to do, he's going to have 40 black coaches that can have the same thing happen to them. He don't even got 33. So there's more to it than that. And this is where, not that I'm an attorney, but I do know the legal things about this. The class action lawsuit is trying to get more black coaches to be involved with it.
They don't want to do it because they don't. Yeah, they want their child.
So, anyway.
Mark Collins.
Yes, sir.
My friend, my brother from another mother. Oh, speaking of mothers, hi, Mama, because I know she's
hi,
watching.
Mama.
If I don't give her a shout out, she will. Oh my God, love you, Mama. Just make sure you have my corn cakes when I get home. Mark Collins, former 2-time Super Bowl champion, and of course, former 1995 MVP of the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, brother. I'll see you.
All right, we're gonna be back after this timeout.